Uh, so Hare Krishna. So as today is the auspicious day of Narsimha Chaturdasi, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkrita dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So Krishna appears in various yuga for what? To establish the dharma. Paritranaya sadhuna. He first comes so that he can give his association to the sadhus. Paritranaya sadhuna. Vinashaya cha dushkrita. So unto uh, demolish the demons. Sambhavami yuge yuge. So the main reason Krishna comes in various yuga, in various form, is to establish the dharma and to give his association to the sadhus. Even Krishna can do everything through his energy. He does not have to come personally to kill the demons. His energy himself itself can kill, but still mainly Krishna comes for the sadhus. So here this Narasimha Chaturdasi is celebrated on the advent of Lord Narasimha. And as we all aware about the story of Prahlad, Prahlad was a devotee of Lord Krishna. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteha pratijanahi name bhakta pranashyati. He is telling to Arjuna, Kaunteya, the son of Kunti, please go and say everybody, name bhakta pranashyati. My devotees will never get perished. So to keep up the words given by Krishna, he came himself in the form of Lord Narasimha because Hiranyakashipu was a demon. He's the father of Prahlad Maharaj. And Hiranyakashipu were basically, they were Jaya and Vijaya in the Vaikunta. They were the doorkeepers. Even now you go to any Sri Vaishnava temples, you will see the two doorkeepers by the side. They are the Jaya and Vijaya. They are the doorkeepers. So it so happened that once the four Kumaras, they are always like a 5 to 6 year old boys, and they don't wear any dress because they think that if they become old, according to the age and everything, they will develop the desires. So they want to be, because we know a 5 to 6 year child is free from all kinds of desires, So they decided. And when they entered Vaikunta, Jaya and Vijaya, they stopped them. They thought that, they were imposters. But how can anybody, an imposter, can enter Vaikunta? It's not possible. So because they were stopped and they were not allowed to go, and they were cursed by four Kumaras to become the demons. So, but Krishna again came, and because he has to, Narayana came and he agreed, because they are the four Kumaras or the devotees of the Lord. And then there were two options given to Jaya and Vijaya. Either you have to go to the mortal world for 7 lifetimes, and be as a devotee or anything, or go to the mortal world for 3 lifetimes. However, you will be a demon. You will be an asura. You will take the role of asura. But they thought it is better to be for 3 lifetimes there and being an asura, so that they can quickly get their association back with Lord Narayana, rather than spending 7 lifetimes. 3 lifetimes is better. And Krishna, even we saw in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna had Veera Rasa. Even Bhishma Dev, why did Bhishma Dev went in the opposite side? Because Krishna wanted to enjoy the Veera Rasa. So Krishna also, everything comes from him only. The desire to fight, the desire to do, even that is one of the rasa. So if Krishna wants to do that, if he wants to fight, if he wants to do, with whom he will do? That also he will choose only his own person. So they were cursed to become Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And that was in the Satya Yuga. And then they were in the Treta Yuga, they became Ravana and Kumbhakarna. And in Dwapara Yuga, they became Shishupal and Dandavakra. So these are the 3 lifetimes that Jaya and Vijaya had. And all the 3 lifetimes, they were the demons. So in this particular pastime, we see that Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were born to the Diti, and they were very fearful demons, and they wanted to say that they are the Lord of the universe. They did not want to believe in God. They want to rule all the three worlds. They were also ruling the Devatas also. And it so happened that Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev. We know that when Lord Varaha appeared, because he killed Hiranyaksha, he hit the Bhumi in the nether region. So Varaha Dev, he came through the nostrils of Brahma, and he came to uplift the earth. So during that pastime, it so happened that Varaha kills Hiranyaksha, and Hiranyaksha is the brother of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu, he wanted to take the revenge of his brother's death. Hiranyakashipu, if you are reading the seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is also very, very knowledgeable. He knows what is soul, what is body, everything he knows. But still, he had a atheistic mentality of lording over the universe. So he underwent a very, very severe tapasya, where he was meditating on Lord Brahma, and Brahmadev, because of his severe austerity and meditation, he had to appear in front of him, and he asked the boon from Brahmadev that he wants the boon of being immortal. And Brahmadev says, I cannot give that because I myself is a mortal. Even I have a lifetime. Brahma also lives only for 100 years. A Brahma Bhuvanan Loka Punar Avartinojuna Mamupetyatu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. In the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is said, A Brahma Bhuvanan Loka. From Brahma till the ant, everybody dies in this material world. Nobody is free from the cycle of the birth and the death. So how can I grant you where I myself is a mortal? How can a mortal give a blessing of being an immortal? But Hiranyakashipu, he thought he is very intelligent. So using his intelligence, he got the boons from Brahma in a different ways. He thought that, whatever the reason in which one can die. So he says that I do not want to die in the earth or in the sky. I don't want to die in the morning or in the evening. And I don't want to die in the inside or outside. And I do not want to die by any kind of weapons. And I should not be killed by any kind of animals or devatas. I should not be killed by anyone who is equal to me or who is less than me, who is greater than me, like that. So he thought, by giving all these conditions, indirectly he thought that he has won the death. Because these are the various ways in which one of them die. You either die in the day or night, inside or outside, earth or the sky. Sometimes people are die in the air crash. So that means they are dying in the sky. So somewhere people die. So by taking such a boon, he thought that he can conquer the death. However, he couldn't do so. So during this time, when Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, was taken by Indra. Indra thought that, that son of Hiranyakashipu must be also a demon because he is a big Asura. So his son also be Asura. So they captured Kayadu. They thought that they will keep him until she gives birth. And once the child is born, they thought they will kill the child so that they can protect the world by getting one more Asura. Because generally they say that the child is like the father. So, but then Narad Muni, he intervened and said that please don't do so. This particular child in the womb of Kayadu, he is going to be one of the greatest devotee of Krishna. He's going to be a Mahajana. So don't do that. So Kayadu was kept under the custody of Narad Muni, and Narad Muni was every day giving Srimad Bhagavatam to Kayadu. So Prahlad Maharaj, being in the womb of Narad Muni, he became a Mahabhagavat, hearing all these Bhagavata Katha in the womb of the mother. He became, Kayadu did not become, but the child became a greatest devotee. So later on, the child comes out, and Hiranyakashipu, he got this boon, and he thought that he became more strong, he became more powerful, and he says that everybody in his kingdom, Of course, he has ruled all the three worlds. There was no place that he has left. He has almost conquered the material world. And then he said that everybody should worship Hiranyakashipu. But Prahlad Maharaj is a devotee of Krishna. So when he was sent for the school by Sandan Amarka, were his teachers, and they were teaching about economic development, about politics, about how to live in this world, how to do. But Prahlad did not have any interest on all these topics. So during the recess time, all his classmates are also sons of asuras only, because they are also in the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu and everybody. So during that time, it so happened that Prahlad Maharaj would give instructions to the to his friends. He says, Kaumaram Acharet Pragnu. So this devotional service should start from the childhood itself. Dharmo Bhagavataniha. And Prahlad, there is a very nice teachings of Prahlad Maharaj in the 7th canto, and it also comes in a small book called The Teachings of Prahlad Maharaj by Prabhupada. Very beautiful book. I want each and every one of you to read that book. It's a small book, doesn't take much time, but full of instruction. He says that at the most, a human being lives for how many years? 100 years. And in that 20 years goes in the childhood past proclivities. Child is very playful. A child cannot be very serious. And another 50 years goes in the eating, sleeping, and doing all your nitya karma. So the leftover is only 30 years. In that 30 years also, the 20 years goes in work, in maintaining your family and doing all the thing. So even if a person lives for 100 years, we only get to have 10 years in our lifetime to do the bhakti. The amount of time which is left over to us is very, very less. So why do you waste your time? So Kaumaram Acharet Pragyo, this devotional service should start from the childhood itself, not that when you become old. So when you are a child, because so that you don't lose your time and you meet the purpose of the life of going back home, back to Godhead. And when Hiranyakashipu is very lovable to Prahlad, this is his son. Every father loves the child. So he asked Prahlad Maharaj, what did you learn in your school? And Prahlad said that I learned that Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead. And Hiranyakashipu gets very furious. He says that, and he calls the teachers and he says, what kind of teaching are you giving? He says, everything belongs to Vishnu, Narayana. He is the proprietor of all the world. Is that what you're teaching? And but Sandana Amarka said, they are the son of Sukracharya. And they said that, no, we never taught him that. We are only teaching him, to praise you, to glorify you. But we do not know where from he has learned all the things. So Hiranyakashipu forces Prahlad to accept him as a supreme person. But Prahlad denies that. He says that even we are all a part and parcel of Krishna. We are all the eternal servant of Krishna. There is nobody who is equal or greater than Krishna. And hearing this, Hiranyakashipu becomes very furious. He cannot accept that, because the entire thing where he got all these bonus because he wants to establish him as a supreme person. Even today we see the atheist scientists and philosophers and many kind of people, they would try to establish themselves as the greater person. Today we have a mission to the moon, we have the mission to the Mars. So we think that we can do everything by our own. We think that advancement of technology can save us from many things. But so far, did anybody prevent us from the imminent death? We have like the STEM technology, like we have some where if you're preserving the umbilical cord of the child, it can cure you from many diseases. That stem bank is also there where you preserve. But did that make anybody immortal in our society today? No. But we try to take the position of Hiranyakashipu. Earlier it was one Hiranyakashipu. Now we see that there are so many Hiranyakashipus who wanted to lord the universe. At least Hiranyakashipu knew who is God, who is he, just that he did not accept it. If you're reading Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, you'll be surprised with the kind of knowledge Hiranyakashipu possesses. In fact, where Hiranyaksha passes away, he knows that, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. He is pacifying his mother, he's pacifying his relatives and everybody. But he knows the truth, but he cannot accept it. Still that revengeful mentality, his brother is being killed by Krishna. He did not accept that, although he knew the truth. But today, so many of us do not even know the truth, that we are not the body and we are the soul and we are all the part and parcel of Krishna. So he put Prahlad under various tribulations. Prahlad was sent to, put him under the cliff. He was pushed under the cliff and he was made to smash under the elephants, and he was put in between the poisonous snakes, and he was in fact made to burn also. And we know Holika is the sister of Hiranyakashipu. And instead of burning Prahlad, she got burnt herself. Because
she is
no,
Prahlad's sister, not
not
Hiranyakashipu.
Prahlad's, no, Hiranyakashipu's
Hiranyakashipu's
sister.
sister.
Yeah,
Okay.
not Prahlad's sister.
Okay.
Yeah, he hires her to do this job of burning Prahlad, but she gets burned instead. Prahlad doesn't get burned because Prahlad is the greatest devotee of Krishna. He always remember Krishna. There's not a single moment he could forget Krishna. That's why to say that Kaunteya Pratijanahi Name Bhakta Pranashyati, my devotee never perishes, we can see from the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj how he was given protection under all instance. He was being thrown from a cliff which was like 100 meters high or more, but nothing happened to him. Krishna, he flied and he caught Prahlad Maharaj. So nothing happened to him. And he was able to see God every time, every minute. That's what Prabhupada said in one of his class. Atheist people, they deny the existence of God. Why do they deny? They say that, have you seen the God? We have never seen the God. They say, seeing is believing. When we have not seen something, how can you believe in something? But a devotee can see the Lord every time and everywhere. So that's why Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, is your God present everywhere? He said, yes. He is present everywhere. He is present in each and every atom. And then Hiranyakashipu is asking Prahlad, is he present in this pillar? Prahlad said, yes, of course he is present in this pillar also. And Hiranyakashipu tried to smash the pillar and he says, if your God is there, let him come out of the pillar. And then Narasimhadev came out of the pillar to prove that words of his devotee. Then when he says that the God is present everywhere, he wanted to prove his words. In fact, some of the Puranas, they say the Katha, Narasimhadev was running from pillar to pillar to pillar to know that which pillar will Hiranyakashipu beat so that he will be coming out of that pillar. Because he was so, he didn't want to waste the time. He was so much in the attitude of protecting his devotees that he came out of the pillar. And that's what it is said in Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. To see the God, there should be some qualification. Without qualification, suppose you are bringing an electrician to your home. He knows which connection got fault, where is the electricity passing, and he knows how to fix it. But do you or I know how to fix the problems? Do we know where the current is passing through, which are the line passing through? Do we know that? We do not know that. But an electrician knows where the current is passing through. If there is a shortcut where there should be a problem, he is able to fix it because he knows how the thing passes. So similarly, to see the God, we need have the qualification. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. With the ointment of love, we can see the God. Without that love for God, we cannot see him. Because Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Duratya. I don't want to show myself to everybody. I am protected by my internal potency. Let's say a common man is denying that our Prime Minister is Narendra Modi. Is there any obligation for Narendra Modi to come and show that person, you see, this is the acknowledgement I got that I am the Prime Minister, and he will come and show him his video and photograph and shows that I am the Prime Minister? Is there any need for him?
Not necessary,
Not
no.
necessarily. He doesn't have to tell everybody, that I am the Prime Minister, you have to believe it. So Krishna has no necessity that he has to show himself to everyone. Whereas he is showing himself to his devotees. Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Duratyaya. So he comes out of the pillar, and the time he comes out of the pillar is neither in the morning nor in the night. It is in the dusk. There is a period, evening, just after the sunset. There is a period called dusk, like dawn, right? Just before the sunrise, we have dawn. So similarly, just after the sunset, before the twilight, that this one comes. So there is a period called dusk. So this is the time he appears. So he also fulfilled the promise of Brahmaji, because Brahmaji has given a word. So Krishna doesn't want to break his word because he has given a word. He's also a devotee of Krishna. So how can he break his words either? When he has given a boon, he needs to protect his words also. And then he took him outside, not in the palace. So he kept him in the entrance, which is neither outside nor inside. And he kept him on his lap, which is neither in the earth nor in the sky. Or in the sky. And also, what weapon he used? He used his nails. He did not use any weapons. He used his nails, and he removed the intestine of Hiranyakashipu and he garlanded himself. So, and he also kept the promise that none of the Devata, none of the human can kill me. So he came in the form of half lion and half human, which nobody has that form. So even though we are so intelligent, we think with our materialistic intelligence and knowledge, we can win over the death, but you cannot win, because Krishna is all, even for the atheists who do not believe in the God, he comes in the form of death. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. Everything is lost at the time of death. Till the time you are alive, you can protect everything. You can say, I am having this, I am having that, you can protect. But when somebody dies, can he take even a single pin with him? Nothing he can take. So, Mrityu sarva haraschaham. So, the God comes to the atheist in the form of death. Everything is lost during the time of death. Everything is lost. But if you're a theist, if you're a believer of God, and if you're a lover of God, you can see the Lord everywhere. You can feel his presence. Now that we are all chanting and doing devotional service, are we not able to feel the presence of Krishna in every activity that we are doing? Are we not able to feel the blessings of the Lord? Maybe we are not qualified enough to see him face to face because we still have our anarthas. That's what when Prabhupada was asked, do you see Krishna? He says, I see him every time, because he was a pure devotee. So he could see. We are not able to see because we are not in that platform yet. But it started with some symptoms that we believe in God, and we could symptomatically feel the presence of the God. So Prahlad is a Mahajana, and in spite of so much of torture that he received from his father, still when Narasimhadev wanted to give a boon to Prahlad, Prahlad first denies that. He said, I don't want anything. Please don't give me any materialistic boons and make me, because if you're materially very opulent, it is very difficult to remember God, because many people will admire you. You will be famous everywhere. So automatically the ego comes in. You're somebody who is great. It becomes very difficult to be in a very rich, very famous person, and also to be surrendered to Krishna. That's what Kunti Maharani says. Janmaish, Edamana Madapuman. So all the kind of birth that you are getting in the high birth, beautiful, intelligence, these all the hurdles in the devotional life. Janmaishwarya, Sruta Sribir. Janma in Aishwarya, if you are born in a very opulent family. Sruta with intelligence, and Sri, if you are having a lot of opulence and beauty and all the things, then automatically, it becomes difficult for us to surrender because we think we are somebody. So he doesn't want to get any boon for himself. But one boon he asked is, make me, please relieve my father, liberate my father. Give him liberation. So this is a Vaishnava, Paradukha Dukhi. That's what we always chant. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. A Vaishnava is an ocean of mercy. Even you can take the entire water and the ocean can dry up, but still you cannot measure the mercy of the Vaishnava. He is so merciful. The Vaishnava means he is very merciful, and he is a Mahabhagavat. Prahlad is not an ordinary Vaishnava, and he is one of the Mahajana, is one of the 12 authorities of the devotional people. Like we saw Mahajana Eva Katapanda. There were 12 Mahajanas. In one of the classes, I think we discussed on those 12 Mahajanas.
Yes.
So Prahlad is also one of the Mahajana. And he said, and what did Narsimhadev say? Not only your father, so 21 generations above you and below you, everybody will get liberated in your
Liberated.
dynasty, not just your father. That's why we saw even Bali Maharaj, who comes, who is the grandson of Prahlad. He was also an Asura. He also conquered the Devatas and everything. And Vamana, he came in the form of dwarf and he tricked him. And he got everything from him. But Bali Maharaj, he gave a complete surrender. So that's what we see. Even the today's message I see. So for somebody to be recognized by the God, anybody can be recognized. You just have to be, you don't have to be a sannyasi, you don't have to be a brahmachari. Even being a grahastha, even doing your duties. But if you're always in the service of the God, like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnum, this sloka was recited by Prahlad Maharaj. The 9 devotional process. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnum, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. The 9 devotional process. But it first starts with Shravanam, hearing, Kirtanam, then singing his glories. Vishnum, Smaranam, always remembering. Prahlad always remembered Krishna. There was not a single moment he forgot Krishna. And any tribulations came, he did not get dejected. He did not say, Krishna, I am your devotee. Why are you putting me in difficulty? Did Prahlad ask that? No. Everything that came to him, he accepted it as a mercy of Krishna. So we as a devotee also should follow the footsteps of Prahlad, not imitating him. We are not such a great devotee. Okay, Prahlad was put in the cliff. Let us also try and let's see if we are surviving or not. Because we are not at there in that stage. But we can follow his footsteps by following the 9 process of devotional service that Prahlad gave, starting from Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnum, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, worshipping, Vandanam, prayers, Dasyam, becoming his servant like Hanuman. He was the greatest servant of Lord Ram. And Sakyam, Gopas, Arjuna, Sudama, they were all friends of Krishna. Atmanivedanam, Bali Maharaj. Completely he surrendered. When Vamanadev conquered all the 3 worlds, there was still one step remaining because he promised him to give 3 footsteps. And what did Bali Maharaj give? His head.
Head.
Even that was chastised by his wife. He says that you think that this body belongs to you, so you're giving this to him, which means nothing belongs to us. Even giving our own head, that also belongs to him only. But what did Bali Maharaj indeed became? He became a gatekeeper of that Atal, of that whatever, the Patala Loka where Bali was sent, because he got punished. He could not fulfill the promise. So he was arrested and he was put. But who became his gatekeeper? Vishnu himself is a gatekeeper. That's why Onam is celebrated, right? He comes out, Bali Maharaj, he comes once in a year to see his prajas are doing well. So that's what all our celebrations, they are all rooted to the Bhagavata Dharma. There's no festival which is not mentioned there. If we are doing our own festival, that is our own concoctions, but all the festival like Diwali, Onam, Gudi Padwa, all the great festivals are mentioned in the Bhagavata Mahapurana. So by following the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, we should also try to increase our devotion. And Narasimhadev particularly came for protection. This avatar came only to protect the devotee, that too his great devotee called Prahlad, to protect. So Narasimhadev, not only he was glorified, but he glorified his devotee the most. Even today, many of the children, they may not know much about Krishna, but Prahlad is one katha which even before you are hearing Bhagavata katha, most of us have heard about the story of Prahlad from our family, right? My grandmother, I remember, used to tell the story of Prahlad many times when we were all small. I think this is something which we got from the, from the elders and all. Prahlad is very glorious devotee because he is a devotee of the Lord. The Lord made him so glorious. And Prahlad, he was not knowing what to glorify, but there is a beautiful prayers by Prahlad from Srimad Bhagavatam. So today we will do some of the prayers of the Prahlad Maharaj, where we can just recite that. I'll just screen share it. Give me a second. We'll just do two slokas, which are very powerful. One is Ugram Veeram. And we fast today till dusk, till the time Narasimhadev appeared. I'll just screen share this. You can repeat after me this sloka. Sorry, I didn't bring my laptop or iPhone, like iPad. I'm just using my phone. I don't know how good is the class. Is the are you able
Yes,
to hear?
Mataji. Yes,
Everything
Mataji.
fine?
Yes, this
Okay.
is very
We
good.
cannot see right now, Mataji.
Now you can see?
No.
Not it? Okay, I'll screen share again. Because at least I don't want my daughter to be in the devices now. When we don't bring, no, they'll be having a complete detox from these devices, right?
Yeah.
That's
If
good.
we bring them, no,
Yeah.
they will
Now,
sit
now,
in
yes,
the.
yes.
Now we are
Now I
able
can
to see.
Yeah, you can. Sorry, I want to do this. Can you see this?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate
Om Namo Bhagavate
Narasimhaya
Narasimhaya
Namaste Tejase
Namaste Jaste Jaste
Avir Bhava
Avir Bhava
Vajranaka
Vajranaka
Vajradhamshra
Vajradamshra
Karmashayan
Karmashaya
Randaya
Randaya
Tamo Grasa
Tamo Grasa
Om Swaha
Om Swaha
Abhayam
Abhayam
Atmani
Atmani
Bhuishta
Bhuishta
Om Shram.
Om Shram.
One more time we'll do. Om
Yes, ma'am.
Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya
Namaste Tejase
Namaste Jaste
Avir Bhava
Avir Bhava
Vajranaka
Vajranaka
Vajradamshra
Vajradamshra
Karmashayan
Karmashaya
Randaya
Randaya
Tamo Grasa
Tamo Grasa
Om Swaha
Om Swaha
Abhayam
Abhayam
Atmani
Atmani
Bhuishta
Bhuishta
Om Shram.
Om Shram.
Shweta Mataji, would you like to read this translation?
Huh. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Narasimhadeva, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possesses nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world.
Very beautiful prayers, right? Because we all deep rooted material desires we have. Whatever we do, we expect some fruitive results. I do this, I want this. So, if we want to get rid of all our material desires, it is not possible by our own efforts. But, like how Narasimha with his nails, with his sharp nails and teeth, how he pierced the intestine of Hiranyakashipu. So, similarly, we are praying to Narasimha to vanish all our demon-like desires in the material world. So only by his mercy, all our ignorance can vanish away and we can come out of the material existence. Otherwise, by our own efforts, it is not very possible. So this can be also one of your daily prayers while we do, because this is a very important aspect in our devotional life to disengage ourselves from the material world. So which is possible only by the mercy of Krishna. And this is a prayer requesting Krishna to disentangle us from this material desires, to get us free from the material desires. So I will post this sloka and I'll also give the voice message. So today also you do that one more time. And if you're saying it every day, within few months, you will as well able to by heart this. One more time, can we just tell this sloka? Now with the meaning, you can say this. You can. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya.
Namaste Tejase.
Namaste Tejase.
Avir Bhava.
Avir Bhava.
Vajranaka.
Vajranaka.
Vajradamshtra.
Vajradramshta.
Dharmashayan.
Dharmashayan.
Randaya.
Randaya.
Tamo Grasa.
Tamo Grasa.
Om Swaha.
Om Swaha.
Abhayam.
Abhayam.
Atmani.
Atmani. Bhuishta.
Om Shram.
Om Shram.
Narasimhadev can give us fearlessness. The greatest thing in the material world is we are all fearful. So it's not very easy to become fearless. But by the mercy of Narasimha, we can become fearless. Now, last 2 weeks, there was a lot of tension between
Yeah,
India
yes.
and Pakistan about the war. How many of us became very fearful? We see overall people were. And what did Prabhupada say? You just chant. Let whatever happens, let it happen. You just chant. So are you able to come to that level? Okay, let whatever happens to the world, we will chant Hare Krishna and we will go back home, back to Godhead.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
this
that's
is what we should do. Narasimhadev can grant us fearlessness because Krishna can grant us. And if we are fearless, then we can be happily living in this material world. The main problem in this material world is we are fearful about our future. We become anxious about what will happen. We become fearful. Without fear, the world is very nice, isn't it? And we have to come out of a demon-like material desire because so many lifetimes we have taken and we have accumulated many desires. In each and every lifetime, we have accumulated desires and they are like, software programs, which is all there. So this Cheto Darpana Marjanam, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, cleanses our dirty things in our heart. And this prayer is very powerful prayer. Please make it as one of your daily prayer. Okay? Because only by the mercy of Krishna, by Narasimhadev, our demon-like desire can get vanished. Okay, and then we will do that Ugram Veeram. That's another sloka of Narasimhadev. I think it's visible, right? We will just repeat after me. Ugram Veeram.
Ugram Veeram.
Mahavishnum.
Mahavishnum.
Jvalantam Sarvatomukam.
Jvalantam Sarvatomukam.
Narasimham Bhishanam Bhadram.
Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram.
Mrityum Namamyaham.
Mrityum Namamyaham.
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum.
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum.
Jvalantam Sarvatomukam.
Jvalantam Sarvatomukam.
Narasimham Bhishanam Bhadram.
Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram.
Mrityum Namamyaham.
Mrityum Namamyaham.
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum.
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्
मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
ज्वलन्तो सर्वतोमुखं
सिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्
मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्
Uma Mataji, would you like to read this translation? It is the
Sri
beginning.
Sri Narsimha is incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and he is known as a protector who specifically defends and protects his devotees in times of need and distress. Ugram Veera Mahavishnu is known as the obstacle remover Narsimha Mantra. Sri Narsimha Mantra is given below.
So it's a
Ugram
very
Veera
powerful. Yeah, yes, Mataji, you can say.
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्.
So this is also another prayer you can always recite whenever you're stepping out of the home or in the day, because Narasimha is a god who came particularly for protection. Krishna came in many avatars, but this particular avatar is mainly to protect his devotee. So therefore, by taking the blessings of Narasimha, we can come out of all the fear and all the obstacles in our life. In fact, Ganesha, he gets the boon of removing the obstacles by getting the blessings of Narasimha.
Oh,
How did
okay.
Ganesha get the power to remove the obstacles? Through the blessings of Narasimha. He put his Danta, his this one, and he's praying under the feet of Narasimha. That is why he has given this power. In fact, if you see all the Navagrahas also, the Graha Atipatis are only the Vishnu forms. For example, the Mars, Graha Atipati is Varaha. Like that, Jupiter, every Graha is the Graha Atipati is Vishnu only, because he is the source of everything. He is the cause of all causes. Ishvara, Sarvabhu, he is everything. So we have to take the shelter of Krishna. By watering the roots, the plants gets nourished itself. So by taking the shelter of Krishna, and we particularly sing Narasimha Pranam mantra at the end of the Aarti, because our devotion should also be protected. So that is why at the end of each Aarti, Prabhupada has given us the Narasimha Aarti, that by doing so, our devotion gets protected. So we will do the Narasimha Pranam mantra, which we always do. So today, try to engage yourself in more of chanting. And if you can do without water fast, you can do it. If you're not able to do, it's okay. Take some water. If you're not able to, manage yourself only with water, you can take some fruits. If you're not able to manage with that also, take only Ekadashi Prashadam. Don't take grains today. And by breaking the fast, we don't take grains today. We only take the Ekadashi Prashadam. Some Sama or Sabudana or Rajgira or anything. So please try to fast, because such days are very auspicious days and very powerful for our devotional advancement. So try to fast for today. Okay. We'll do the Narasimha Pranam mantra. We'll all say together. Now we are all familiar. Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadayine Hiranyakashi Purvashaka Shilatankanakalayine Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Yato Yami Tato Narasimha Bhagi Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha Narasimha Madhim Sharanam Prapade तव
तव
कर
कर
कमल
कमल
वरेणकमद्भुत शृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंह भगवान की
जय
भक्ति शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय
Srila Prabhupada ki
जय
jai. Yeah. So it's a particularly very special day for me also. On this day of Narsimha Chaturdasi, 2 days back, I received my initiation.
Yeah.
So it makes it even more special because I got my real goal of life, real purpose of life by a guru giving the shelter to me. So I pray for all of you. You will also come to that stage of accepting the guru and go back home, back to Godhead. So we'll just read this translation because we have read that it's very beautiful translation, and then we'll end the class. Anybody would like to read?
I'll read it.
Yes, please.
Lord Narsimha is the half-man, half-lion incarnation of Lord Krishna who appeared to protect his young devotee Prahlad from his envious and atheist demoniac father Hiranyakashipu. All glories to Lord Narsimhadev, all glories to Lord Narsimhadev, who is the Lord of Prahlad Maharaj, and like the honeybee is always engaged in beholding the lotus-like face of the goddess of fortune.
The Prahlad Ananda, he came to give pleasure to his devotee Prahlad. He gives Ananda to Prahlad. Yeah.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Lord Narsimhadev. You are the giver of pleasure to Maharaj Prahlada, and your nails cut the chest of Hiranyakashipu like a chisel cutting stone. Lord Narsimhadev is here, and he is also there on the opposite side. Wherever I go, there I see Lord Narsimhadev. He is outside and within my heart. Therefore, I take shelter of Lord Narsimhadev, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. O my Lord, your hands are very beautiful, like the lotus flower, but with your long nails you have ripped apart the wasp Hiranyakashipu. Unto you, Lord of the universe, I offer my humble obeisances.
Yeah, so we can understand when we understand the translation and we sing, it's even nice because how the Lord with his lotus hands, so beautiful hands, he had the chisel like nails to do the operation on Hiranyakashipu. He wants to take his life out so that he could protect the Prahlad Maharaj. So let us also pray to Prahlad Maharaj today and to follow his footsteps, to give us the strength to follow the devotional service, and to Lord Narsimhadev and advance in our devotional service. So please chant 16 rounds. Do most of the things like you do on an Ekadashi day, where most of you chant 16 rounds and do fasting. So try to give that same amount of dedication to today's day also. It's even more auspicious. It's the appearance of the Lord. The Lord appeared, especially to protect his devotee. So he is there to protect all of us, and we need to take his shelter of Lord Narsimhadev. It's actually a true story in South Africa. One of the small girl, she always sings this Narsimha prayers. You know, like how children sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, like that. She belongs to a devotee family. One day, some ball went on the road and she just went to pick it up. And a big truck came and she was like thrown and she was put in the forest. Nothing happened to her. And the doctor saw, he was so surprised. that much distance, the truck pushed her and she went in a far off distance. She was thrown away. But, he saw the nails. When somebody catches you, there will be the footprints, there will be the prints of that nail. So the prints of, something like a lion, like the nails. And then that doctor who was taking care of her, he became a devotee hearing this, So he's there to protect all of us under all conditions. Just that we need to have the faith that Lord is there to protect. Okay, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you all for
Mataji.
joining.
Thank you
Wish
for
you
the
all
session.
a very
Hare
happy
Krishna.
Narsimha Chaturdasi. And I will post these 2 slokas in the group. Please recite them. And if you have time, if you have Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, try to read the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the pastimes of Narsimha Dev is there. So at least try to read a little bit. If you have the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam book, please try to read that. That will also
Yes.
help us, to understand, when the more we hear about Narsimha, then we will be more willing to surrender. Okay, so Shravanam is
Mataji.
very important. So try to read that. Okay, 7th
Hare
canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes.
Krishna,
Yes,
happy
Mataji.
Chaturdashi.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
आप
Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण
बता देंगे
माता
कुछ
जी।
पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर्स हैं जो पढ़ने हैं हमको श्रीमद् भागवतम में
Yes,
से?
Mataji. 7th canto में है. Actually, there are some 5 chapters है उसमें glorifying. So I will see and I will tell
I think it
particularly
is
which.
8, 9, 10, na? 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I have to see that one more time. I know it's in the 7th canto. I will see and मैं देख के बताती हूँ.
Okay,
But
okay.
even कुछ भी एक chapter भी पढ़ेंगे, even if you are reading some
Any chapter.
5 slokas or 10 slokas, that is also very nice.
We can do the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj.
Yeah, prayers of Prahlad Maharaj also you can do. That is also very nice. If you can do the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, that is also very nice. Whatever the way in which you can focus on the Narsimha avatar today, so that would be very beneficial for us in whatever way, by hearing or by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and by chanting Ugram Viram also you can chant at least like 21 times or 108 times you can chant today. And this Narsimha prayers and Narsimha Pranam, and there is Narsimha Kavacha also. It is little difficult to pronounce, but if you can do that, you can do that also. So
Mataji,
these are the
share the Kavach Narsimha
yeah, I will do that. Narsimha Kavach. Yeah,
we will
at least
try
you can hear.
yeah.
You can at least hear if you cannot
Yes.
pronounce, because it's little.
Correct.
The Sanskrit is little difficult
So
Sanskrit.
if you
It
have
comes.
the recorded version of it,
yeah, YouTube itself has many
YouTube
good.
पे है.
we'll get it.
YouTube
Okay,
mein. I will
okay.
post that
The YouTube.
also. Good one where you can the lyrics with the song comes. So like karaoke, you can follow that. The
Okay.
word with the song, so it will be more easy to follow. Narsimha Kavach also, please try to recite. But don't take it to this thing. Try to hear, because it's not very nice to pronounce badly also.
Correct.
Just try to follow them, little bit in a
Hmm.
low voice. Try to follow that so that, of course, Krishna knows our intention, but still let us avoid, making a sloka reciting with a lot of mistakes. I think these two slokas are clear, right? We recited 3 times.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much. Yeah.
These slokas you can recite. They are very powerful, especially Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya. Make it as your daily prayers. Whenever you go to your altar, recite that prayer so that our material desires gets eradicated. Otherwise, our desires are so deep-rooted. When we are in the class, when we are in the association, we feel very good. We need to do more devotion. As soon as we enter the material world and we are mingling with materialistic people, then are we in the same thought?
No.
We
yeah.
deviate. We
We
deviate.
deviate,
So
right.
we should not deviate, because we do not know when the death comes. It's good if the death comes when we are amongst the devotees, but what is the guarantee
Yeah.
that the death comes with the association of the devotees? No. So we need to train ourselves to remember Krishna, to remember Narsimha all the time, like how Prahlad did it. He could always remember Krishna, and he could see Krishna everywhere. So Narsimhadev came to prove his words, even to an atheist. So then where is the question of atheism in the world? When God has come from the, stamba, from a pillar, where is the question of non-existence of the God? Even everybody, even Muslims, because everybody believe that God is omnipresent, God is omniscient. Everybody believes that, correct?
True.
So, yeah, so let us all pray to Lord Narsimhadev. Thank you so much for attending. So it's a Guru Puja, will be starting in 5 minutes. We will have the Darshanarti and the Guru Puja. Would you like to stay for 2 minutes or 3 minutes? Would I show the darshan of the Gauranitai?
Yes, yes, we
Okay,
would have to.
okay, we would like to do. So meanwhile, we will do the Ugram Viram sometimes.
Yes.
Or
Yeah, we have
Mataji, we
like,
can do 108 names of Lord Narsimdev.
yeah, I will try to look for it. Yeah.
It is there,
But
and
we
I
don't,
found it
but
library.
only thing, Mataji, this Darshanarti is very, very short.
Okay. It will
We
start
won't,
right
if
now
you are
at
not
7:30.
finishing the 108, no, 7:15.
7:15, okay, in Sri
Yeah,
Lanka.
we have only like 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
I think the better thing could be to
Ugram Viram.
recite the Ugram Viram at least 21 times. We will try.
Yeah, we
That
will
will
try.
make our this thing.
Yes.
Because I actually thought that I have to go little early, but anyway, it is
Yes, yes.
almost the time. So let us do the Ugram Viram, and
Yes.
I will take you to the
We
darshan
will
of
do on our beads bag.
what, Mataji? It's up to
We
you,
have to
Mataji.
do.
You can use your fingers or you can use your bead bag, whatever you want. One of you keep the count. Okay, I'm screen sharing. Okay, can we start?
Yes.
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narsimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narsimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narsimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narsimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Screen share is happening? Hare Krishna? Is
No,
the screen
no,
share? Oh,
no,
sorry.
no.
That's why I see so many of you are not saying. Okay, sorry. I will screen share. I thought I was sharing. 1 second. That's why only Isha Mataji is saying I was thinking. Sorry about it. I didn't realize that I don't screen sharing.
I was just Googling it and
Now
about
you can
to
see?
post
Yeah,
the
correct. You got
image.
it now?
Now,
Okay.
yeah, it is there.
Okay. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram
Veeram
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu
Jwalantam
Jwalantam
Narasimham
Sarvatomukam
Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityo Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Bhishanam Badram
Mutriyor
Mrityo
Mutya
Namamyaham.
Namamyaham.
Ugram Veeram
Veeram
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu
Jwalantam Sarvatomukam
Sarvatomukam
Narasimham
Narsimha
Bhishanam
Vishanam
Badram
Badram
Mrityo
Mrityo
Namamyaham.
Namamyaham.
Ugram Veeram
Veeram
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu
Jwalantam
Jwalantam
Sarvatomukam
Sarvatomukam
Narasimham
Narsimha
Bhishanam
Vishanam
Badram
Badram
Mrityo
Mrityo
Namamyaham.
Namamyaham.
Ugram
Ugram
Veeram
Veeram
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu
Jwalantam
Jwalantam
Sarvatomukam
Sarvatomukam
Narasimham
Narsimha
Bhishanam
Vishanam
Badram
Nitram
Mrityo
Mrityo
Mrityormutyam
Namamyaham.
Namamyam
Namamyaham.
Ugram
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 Veeram
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 Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu
Jwalantam
Jwalantam
Mahavishnu
Sarvatomukam
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 Narasimham
Narsimha
Narasimham
Bhishanam
Vishanam
Badram
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 Mrityo
Mrityormrityo
Namamyaham.
Namamyam
Namamyaham.
Ugram
Ugram
Veeram
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 Mahavishnu
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 Jwalantam
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 Sarvatomukam
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 Narasimham
Narsimha
Bhishanam
Vishanam
Badram
Vishanam
Badram
Mrityo
Badram
Mrityormrityo
नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं
वीरं
महाविष्णुं
महाविष्णुं
ज्वलन्तं
ज्वलन्तं
सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं
भीषणं
भद्रं
भद्रं
मृत्योर्नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं
वीरं
महाविष्णुं
महाविष्णुं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्नमाम्यहम्
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्व Hare Krishna.
Just take almost darshan time is there. I'll just try to show. The altar will just open. We'll see. Prabhupada. It's the festival, you can see the decorations, the mangoes. Hare Krishna. So you all nice darshan.
Superb, Mataji. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Participated
Thank
in the Aarti today, the
Yes,
darshan
yes, yes.
Aarti. Yeah.
Thank
I'll
you,
just
Our-
quickly show the little bit of the temple just for 2
Yes,
minutes
Mataji.
if I want,
Yes,
if you
Mataji.
have time. Hare Krishna. You can see this all the entire pastimes from Bhagavatam, the inscription throughout the corridor,
Red stones. Yeah.
the red stone. So the entire Bhagavatam is inscribed here. The pastimes. So you have all the prominent pastimes, and in future, when the temple is ready, you will have a QR code below each pastimes. So you can scan that and you can read the pastimes related to this diorama. You can see Durva penances. Yeah. And here, Durva is not allowed to sit on the King Uttama.
Hmm.
All the pastime. When Shiva cursed Daksha and he got a goat head. Sati burning herself. So beautiful pastimes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. You can see everything here. So it's a big corridor. You can see it just starts with this, starts from the beginning, and all the 18,000 slokas of Bhagavata will be inscribed in the wall. Like I'll show you the one that is inscribed. Yeah, I'll see that. So there is a parallel, this thing there. There also it will be inscribed. You can see starting from the first canto till the 12th canto. You can, this is how it will be inscribed in the black stones.
Hmm.
So the entire 18,000 slokas will be inscribed on the walls, and some of the prominent pastimes are here in the dioramas with the QR code. So you can see, Mataji, this is a temple. So around the temple, you will have all the important 10th canto pastimes of Krishna in the black marbles. It is not, polished and everything. So it looks little, this thing. So, but a very big temple complex, you can see, fully made of stone. So there is no iron or concrete used. It's just only the stones that is used. So this would be the temple in the future. Right now, it is the Sankirtan hall where Gauranita is worshipped. So here is where the Garbhagraha will come. You can see the Shika is 108 feet high.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there are beautiful pillars. So, and it will have a capacity of at least 1,000, 2,000 devotees can take darshan at one time. So we have in the front, we have the Kalyana Mandapam with full of Ram Leela. So very magnificent project, a very
Seems to be the
peaceful.
biggest one, Mataji.
What, Mataji?
This is the biggest one. No?
No,
Is
no,
there
there are
any?
so many temples. You know, Mayapur, the world's biggest
Mayapur.
temple is under
Mayapur.
construction. But it is a unique temple, a stone temple for ISKCON itself, the first stone temple ever being built. Because it's not easy building with the stones, with the concrete and everything. Because each and every stone, these marbles were all carved from the Rajasthan. All the red carvings you saw and all the black marbles, whatever is seen, these carvings are all from Rajasthan and they are transported from there. You can see heavy cranes and everything involved in building. So it is taking a lot of time, but beautiful temple under the construction. So thanks to some of you who are all also supporting this temple project. So, Prabhuji, we'll end the class here.
Ji.
So wish you
Hare
all a
Krishna,
very
Mataji.
happy
Yes.
Narsimha Chaturdasi once again. So as much as possible, involve yourself in Shravanam and Kirtanam today.
Sure,
Okay.
Mataji. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Happy Narsimha Chaturthi to you too, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you so much to all of us. Hare Krishna.